Let's go to James, who's a Spurs fan. All right, James?
Hi, James.
Lad, how are you?
Yeah, James, look, what's going on here? You know, what is going on with this team at the minute? Because it's actually getting worse and worse.
It is getting worse. You need to spare with me for 1 minute there. I'm just going to run something past you, okay?
Go on.
Let's rewind 4 or 5 years to when we had the heyday with Poch. And we had Carl Walker, whose backup was Trippier. We had Toby Alderweireld. We had Jan Vertonghen. And we had a prime Danny Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fast forward 5 years, we've gone through two of the best, well, we've got one of the best managers, and we had Jose, okay? The board have not given either of them anything that is better than that. Even tonight, Aurier put in a ball where they scored a goal that not one of our right-backs have probably put in the last 2 years.
Mm.
Now, for me, we've gone, we've hired the right managers, and our recruitment has really, really let us down. And I don't know whether that sits with the recruitment team or whether the board, but, you know, we were all told in June, July that there was this £150 million they'd secured to invest into the playing squad.
Yeah.
We haven't bought a player that improves our first team to where it was 4 years ago. In fact, most of the starters, look at your Eric Dyer, Ben Davis, Kane and Son, who are probably in their peak years at the moment. But there's been no material improvement in the playing staff. And look, Jamie, you played for the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about sexy football. It's all about...
Yeah, but look at the team I played in, though. I mean, James, look at the team I played in. Modric, Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Jermaine Defoe, Ledley King, Gareth Bale. You know, like...
But you
look
never
at this team compared to that. It's embarrassing.
You never had Poch, Jose or Antonio Conte coaching you. And those years were amazing. 08, 09, early 2000s when Harry came in and we went to the Champions League. It was so entertaining. And even through to the Poch years, it was so entertaining. We didn't know whether we were going to win 4-3 or lose 4-3. It was entertaining.
Mm.
I swear to you, I have not sat at the new stadium I have sat at the new stadium for the last 5-6 months, bored out my brains, clock watching. Like, where does it stop with? And tonight, you know, was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah. But do you think Conte's got to take some blame for this, though? Do you think he's got to be adaptable, James? Because, look, we can't keep playing 5 at the back, 3 holding midfielders, and then one... I mean, we've got 1 attacking player on the pitch. I mean, surely you've got to look at it and go, right, come on, you know... I know I want to play 3 at the back. I know I like this formation. I know I'm a defensive coach, but I've got to change it. I have to be adaptable as a manager, and I have to look at it and go, I need to play a 4. I've got to get some more players up the pitch. Play Sessegnon as a winger. You know, play Harry Kane up front. Play Perisic out on the right wing if you've got injuries with Kulusevski and Son. But I mean, we're basically playing 7 holding players.
Jamie, the bottom line is that. Yeah, we got to the Champions League last year. There have been teams that have come to Whitehall, to our stadium, whatever it's called now, in the last 6 months, right? And he has set up defensively. And these are teams that we should be taking to the cleaners. We've probably got, if you take City out of it, the best 3 in the Premier League in Son, Kane and Kulusevski. And it's not like we've got pony backup. We've got Lucas Moura, who's been a Brazilian international, who's forever written into Tottenham legend. We've got other international players that sit behind those 3 that should come in and do a job, but you wouldn't. It's like putting a greyhound in a turtle race. You're keeping all the spark and all the excitement and all the talent reined in, and I don't think the chairman's backed him enough, but it comes to the point after going 2-0 down in the last 5 domestic games where it's like, okay, I think maybe enough's enough.
Maybe the best form of defence is attack for Spurs.
It's always been that way for Spurs.
You know, if you look at the second half against Liverpool, you look at the second half, the way they started.
It's every second half, Dean.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is? When you're putting the ball in the box, you've got players on the edge of the box, you've got players in the box, and the other team, Liverpool, couldn't get out of their box at one point. But first half, if you allow Liverpool to get in their rhythm, Thiago letting him get on the ball, it's hard to get the ball off him. You ain't get push back. So
it's every team we play, Dean. Every team that we play, we just give up possession.
It's fair enough when you're playing against world-beating teams, but when you're playing against teams who aren't as good as you, I think you've got to go for the throat a bit more.
Yeah, and it also helps when you've got Son and Kulusevski playing, then, all right, you can kind of almost accept sitting in a little bit because you think, all right, we're going to play on the counter-attack. But when you've only got Harry Kane and Perisic playing up front, what's the point? You might as well go for it and try and play a bit more attacking. James, thanks for your call. Let's go to Davey, who's a Nottingham Forest fan. All right, Davey?
Hi, Davey.
How are we doing? All right, gents?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a massive result for you tonight. Well done, well played. The team put in a big performance.
Absolutely fantastic performance tonight from the Forest, I think. Jess Lingard was on fire. First time this season. Tottenham, honestly, Jamie, Tottenham were poor. We're not brilliant, but Tottenham are not a very good football team, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree with you, Davey. I agree with you. I mean, I don't know how we're fourth.
I don't know how you're fourth. Like, don't get me wrong, I can't get to Forest as often as I'd like to, granted, because everybody's bought season tickets and I don't live locally. I went tonight, I took my daughter for the first time at 12 years old, and we were phenomenal. Or was it because Tottenham were poor?
It seems since Steve Cooper's got his contract signed, he's got some results, hasn't he? He's starting to, he's survived the bad patch.
Yeah. Like, when I'm Lolly, for me, like, the times I've seen him on the television and the times I've got to see him live, not very good. Tonight, fantastic. Jesse Lingard, fantastic. Hennessy in goal, just to see a different goal, he was brilliant. I'm not saying Dean Henderson's not very good, but just to see Wayne Hennessy in goal was fantastic. I just thought we were brilliant tonight.
Yeah, no, it was a
great win.
It's a great win. A great win. You're into the last 16. Big clubs have gone out. You never know. You got big chance. Newcastle fans... Davey, thanks for your call. Newcastle fans, I want to hear from you as well because you've won tonight. You've gone through. This is a chance for a trophy, Dean, for them. I think big chance.
I think they're going to get one.
I mean,
you can just smell it coming.
You think how well they're playing. Really, the team to beat now is Man City, isn't it? Liverpool normally put a weakened side out. The other big clubs have gone out. So, really and truthfully, Newcastle got to be one of the favourites.
Jamie, a year ago, around about last week, Newcastle were bottom of the league, adrift.
It's crazy.